Gaming is still kind of expensive with laptops, but today we have Acer's 2022 version of their Nitro 5 laptop that aspires to deliver a balance of a nice gaming experience and a price tag that is not too high. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and this new version starts at around 78,000 Indian rupees, which is around 1000 US dollars, so let's see how good it is. The design of this year's Nitro 5 isn't anything to write home about because it is quite plain and simple, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It does look like a gaming laptop and they have added some colored stripes to the lid which I have mixed feelings about, but we do have some nice looking vents for the excellent cooling system that we will be talking about later. The build is kind of average though, and there is some flex in the lid. At almost 2.7 cm of thickness that weighs 2.5 kg, this laptop isn't trying to be thin and light, but I don't think that most gamers are going to really mind that. I will be covering the more premium Predator Triton model after this, so you can subscribe with bell so you don't miss that. We have a 15.6-inch IPS display here that sits on a decently thick bottom chin, and even the base variant starts at a Full HD display that runs at 144Hz, which I think is perfect for a gaming laptop of this segment. The display does go over 300 nits, so it will easily get bright enough for most indoor situations, and even though the colors don't stand out as anything extraordinary, it is a nice IPS panel with good viewing angles, so you are going to enjoy gaming and watching content on this screen. The downfiring onboard speakers don't have a lot of low end, but they do get quite loud, so you can easily watch video content or movies on them. The keyboard feels great to type on with its well-spaced keys. You can be fast on it and there is good tactile feedback. I also like that they didn't use too aggressive of a font on this, and the chiclet keys with the unpainted sides look pretty cool. The WASD keys and the full-sized arrow keys are also highlighted nicely. The keyboard backlight is a 4-zone RGB here, so no perky RGB, but the zones blend in with each other nicely, so it looks great. The mousepad is quite average though, because even though you won't have any issues with the tracking or the clicks or the gestures, the size of the touchpad isn't very large and the plastic surface feels like a plastic surface. We do have good connectivity options on this laptop. On the left we have an Ethernet port, a USB port and a combo audio jack, and on the opposite side we have another two USB-A ports. At the back, you will find an HDMI 2.1 port along with a Thunderbolt 4 port that supports DisplayPort over USB-C, and you can also charge this laptop with its Type-C port with support of up to 65 watt. Getting inside the laptop can be a bit tricky, but you do get access to both of the RAM slots, and you can also see the 512GB Gen 4 SSD here, which makes this boot very quick, and you can also upgrade the Wi-Fi card even though this already comes with Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2. You can also see the extra space to put a 2.5-inch HDD or SSD here, for which you also get the required cable in the box, and this is actually kind of cool because unlike laptops that only support SSD, you can add storage for cheap here, although you can see that it does take up the space for a bigger battery. This is what the 720p webcam on the Nitro 5 2022 looks and sounds like. It isn't anything special, but for Zoom calls and Google Meets this will be fine, and if you feed it a lot of light then you can get a decent result like this. Finally, talking about performance, we do have an Intel 12th generation Core i7-1207H on this variant, which has 14 cores and 20 threads. This is a very powerful and excellent chip, but its full potential is not unleashed on this model, as we got a score of around 5500 in Cinebench R20 on this, while Acer's Predator Triton 500 SE scored almost 7000, and that laptop also has the same 12700H CPU. Now the Predator model is of course much more expensive than this, so it is not a surprise, and the score of 5500 is actually also pretty good for a laptop. It is higher than the AMD 6900HS chip we tested in the ROG Zephyrus G14, so you shouldn't worry too much about it, and the single core performance is almost as good as the Predator model, which is more important for gaming, and even for all kinds of multitasking, this is going to be great. The GPU starts at a 3050, and we have an Nvidia RTX 3060 on this model, which has access to 140 watts of power, which makes it boost its clock really high. We also have a mux switch on this model, which does make a big difference in titles like CSGO. And gaming performance is pretty good here, as we got 70 to 140 FPS in most AAA games at high settings, and esports games like Rainbow Six Siege delivered 240 FPS, and even ray tracing performance was great with control on 96 FPS. Even the base model comes with 16GB of RAM with 512GB Gen 4 SSD, and combined with its powerful processor and GPU, this is also going to be a really good device to edit videos on. There is also a model with Core i5 and an RTX 3060, which could be a more balanced choice for gamers, and you can of course go with this i7 model, which will be better at tasks like video editing. Coming to its thermals, if you don't mind the fans being extremely loud, the laptop is able to push out tons of air, and it managed a temperature of 79 degrees on the GPU with the CPU at 73 after a 45 minutes gaming session. So we also saw almost no thermal throttling here, which is great news, and these temperatures are also very good. However, the laptop does get extremely loud as its fan can go over 7000 RPM, which is crazy, and you can even feel the vibrations of fans on the chassis, but the auto mode is better and you can of course keep it quieter in other modes. So currently the fans are spinning at their maximum 7000 RPM, so you should be able to get an idea of how loud this can get. So you will have to find the balance of thermal performance and cooling that is suitable for you, but the thermal solution can work very well. The keyboard was also at just 34 degrees during gaming, which is also very cool for a gaming laptop. Now the battery life on the Nitro 5 is also average for a gaming laptop. I was able to get 4 hours of playback while streaming on YouTube with the screen at 50% brightness and 144Hz refresh rate. So you could get slightly more runtime if you keep it at 60Hz, but the 56 Wh battery isn't that big, but again, for a gaming laptop with a 14-core CPU, this is fine. The 230W charging brick is going to add another 700 grams if you need to carry this in your backpack. So overall, this Acer Nitro 5 isn't going to blow your mind with its looks, but it is a fairly well-balanced laptop that does deliver well with its performance, which is the most important factor. And it does all of that at a pretty decent price tag, which is always great to see. So I'll have links to check this out in the video description. There are many variants for this Nitro 5 series, so you can check out the pricing for different configurations. And that will be it for this video. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe with bell, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.